Hey, it's Brandon here from Artismia, and in this video we're going to create this special effect using Procreate Dreams. Hello and thanks for watching this Star Wars themed Procreate Dreams tutorial. First thing you obviously need to do is to record some videos of yourself or an actor swinging a lightsaber, if you have one, or you can always use a broomstick or a flashlight like I did. Next, import those videos into your favorite video editor. I'll be using LumaFusion for this tutorial. Now you could always just import the videos right into Procreate Dreams and trim them there, but I have found that using Procreate Dreams version 1.06, that the shorter you make the video clips, the more stable the application will be, especially when you start adding many memory-intensive tracks and frames. Hopefully the new update released this week will resolve some of those issues. So now in your video editor, trim the selected clips that you would like to apply the effects to, keeping them less than 3 seconds in length, as I have found this actually works best, and tends to have less issues like frame ducking and application freezing while working in Dreams. Now, if you would like to add sound effects to your videos prior to importing them into Dreams, do that now, as that can be helpful. If you keep the number of tracks limited, it'll help to keep the memory usage to a minimum. But it's okay if you don't do that now, as you can always add sound effects later in the Dreams app. I did a quick search for lightsaber sound effects and found this website, which has some royalty-free sounds. I then downloaded and saved them to my sound effects folder in the cloud. Next, export, save, or share your clips to your iPad or to your favorite location. Now open the Procreate Dreams app. Tap the plus button to create a new project. Tap here to select the resolution of your project. And tap the 3 dots on the right-hand side to select the frame rate and duration. For this tutorial, match whatever length your clips are. I recommend no more than 3 seconds. You may want to also reduce your workload by reducing the frame rate from 30 to 24. This means less frames that you have to draw to create the effect. Tap empty to create the project, and with the stage and timeline now open, tap the plus button on the right-hand side. Here you have the options to add tracks, photos, videos, text, or files. Now tap on video and select the clip we just made in your video editor, the one with your actor swinging the stick or flashlight. It will be imported onto its own track. If you exported your video clip with a sound effect added, you're good to go, but you may want to add additional sound effects here. To do this, make certain that you have an audio file or a sound effect file saved on your device or in the cloud. To add an audio file to your project, tap the plus button, select Files, and then choose the sound effect that you would like to use. Drag and drop to reposition the sound effect where it sounds best. Try to position them in such a manner that they work visually with the swinging motion of your actor. Now for the next step. Let's add a new track. This track will hold the lightsaber effect, so make sure it is above your video track. Now there are many different options to create the lightsaber effect, and here are the 3 techniques I used for this video. Number 1, what I call frame by frame, all by hand. Probably the most difficult, but the end result is more visually interesting. Number 2, what I call the one line anchored. And number 3, the imported and modified. To do option number 1, tap the squiggle line to enter Draw and Paint mode. You can enter Flipbook full screen mode by dragging the center handle down, and reposition the Flipbook window as needed. Next, select the light pen from the Luminance brush collection. Select the color that you would like to use for your lightsaber. Begin drawing each frame by hand by tracing the location of the broomstick. Now if you didn't use a broomstick for your video, and you don't have a line to trace, don't worry, I'll show you a trick in a moment. But for now, continue to draw your lightsaber beam. Tap the frame, tap the plus button to create a new frame, and then make sure onion skinning is turned on. This will allow you to see what you just painted in the previous frame. On the new frame, repeat the process. Paint the beam, tap the frame again, tap the plus button, and repeat over and over, trying to accurately position your brushstrokes. This can be quite challenging, but it gives your effect a definite hand-drawn look. Technique number 2. The second technique, using one line, is way easier. Enter Draw and Paint mode. If you have not done it already, select the light pen brush and the color of your choice. Adjust the size and opacity of the brush and draw a single straight line as accurately as you can. Try tracing a straight edge or line from your footage if it's available. For example, I use the garage door as a guide to trace. Unfortunately, this version of Dreams does not yet have the feature which allows you to draw perfectly straight lines by holding your pencil tip and finger down simultaneously, like the Procreate app does. Now exit drawing mode and on your effects track, as long as you did not create additional frames in flipbook mode, you can extend the length of your single painting/drawing track. Tap and hold either end of the clip, and by dragging it to the right or the left, you can make it wider or longer. This will create additional frames automatically, with each frame being exactly as the others. Now tap on the Action button or Clapboard Playhead button. This will open the Action options. Tap Move to create a new motion effect using keyframes. Tap Move and Scale. This will create a new Move and Scale keyframe, which will become the starting point of our beam's movement. Now move back to the stage and reposition the line you just painted on the stage. I found it is actually easier to use your finger to move the object rather than your stylus. To change the angle of the line, look for the small curved pop-up indicator on any corner of the boundary box. Try following the angle of your broomstick footage as close as you can. If you didn't use a broomstick, just try to keep the angle of the beam the same as the hands of the actor, flashlight, or whatever you used as a lightsaber. It is not necessary, but it can be very helpful to adjust the anchor point of your object or line. To do this, tap the three dots located in the corner of the boundary box. Here you will have the option to select an action. Tap Edit Anchor. Now reposition the anchor point, the plus symbol in the center of the boundary box. Place it directly onto the hands of your actor, or the pommel, the end of the lightsaber, the broomstick, or the flashlight, whatever you're using. This will allow you to change the angle of the line more easily. You can increase the length or the width of the line by tapping and dragging the boundary box edge. Once you have the angle that you like, or the one that matches your broomstick, move back to the timeline. Double tap if necessary to zoom into the timeline so that you can see each frame. Now create a new keyframe. You can do this by simply tapping the timeline keyframe indicator here. Now move back to the stage and adjust the angle of your object, line, or beam. At this point, you'll need to repeat the process for each frame, going back to the keyframe timeline, and create a new keyframe for each frame. Return to the stage, make an adjustment, and repeat the whole process. Here's a quick pro tip. Altering the width of the beam every couple of frames can help give the illusion of a flicker effect when it's all finished. You can check your progress by clicking the previous frame, going back and forth in between them, or by tapping the play button to watch your animation. The Dreams app also has a tweening feature. Now, tweening in animation is short for in-betweening, and it's the process of automatically generating images that go in between keyframes. So you can add a keyframe and move a few frames forward, make an adjustment to the object or light beam's position, and the app will tween for you. This is a very effective means of making something appear to move more easily. However, it's not always super accurate when using it for this effect. You may find that you need to adjust the in-between frames to make it look more natural. You just have to double check each frame for accuracy. Technique number 3. Now the third technique, which I found to be the best one, is to go to the Procreate app if you have it, and create a new document. Choose the light pen brush from the Luminance collection. Choose a color, adjust the brush size and opacity, and draw a straight line using the simultaneous pen tip and finger hold method. This will create a perfectly straight line. Be sure to apply even pressure when drawing or painting the line, as it may be thick and thin in some areas. Go to the Layers tab and delete or turn off any other layers or backgrounds. Return to the Procreate gallery. You can now import that single layer into the Procreate Dreams app. Press and hold the project file with one finger, and with your other hand, swipe up from the bottom and return to the Dreams app while continuing to hold the Lightbeam Procreate document. Return to your project in Dreams and a plus button pop-up will display, allowing you to add it to your project as a new track and layer. Now you can use that straight line to either trace by drawing frame by hand, or you can just use that layer and reposition it the same way as we did in the previous technique number 2. Now the reason I like this third technique best is because I did a combination of both methods. I used the straightness of the line from the Procreate app, and I hand painted over it to achieve what I think is a much cooler visual effect, giving the lightsaber a more natural flicker. By using this frame-by-frame method, you will have multiple frames on a single track, and you may need to group them together. To do this, enter Timeline Edit mode. While in this mode, you can select multiple frames to move, cut, copy, or paste. You can also group them together as one clip. To select multiple frames, drag or draw a line through each frame you want to select, then press and hold on the frame for the pop-up window options. Once grouped, you can add additional effects. When you are satisfied with your work, it is time to share your video. Tap the title or name of your project to access the Project Options menu. Tap the Share button and select Video. Then save the video to your iPad. You may find when working on multiple videos that you need to rename your projects. To do that, while viewing your gallery, tap and hold the project's name. This will open a pop-up window with multiple options, allowing you to rename your project. And now for the bonus round. As you can see, I wanted to be like Luke Skywalker, and I accidentally cut my hand off. No, obviously not really. I mean, duh, I gotta be careful what I say here, as I don't want to get any strikes against me for depicting bodily harm, if you know what I mean. So to achieve this effect entirely in the Procreate Dreams app, I used a variety of techniques with multiple overlays of screenshots of the background and the actor. Oh, hold up, wait a second. This is a whole nother tutorial all in itself. You're gonna have to go to the next video, part 2 of this tutorial, to see how I created this visual effect. Looks like you made it to the end of another video. Thanks for watching. Did you see the previous one where I was beamed up to the Enterprise? You should go check that one out. Maybe watch some of my other stuff too while you're at it. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications, as I'll be making more videos just like this one. See you next time.